It is the Riot. Hey.
Hello,
podcast.
everybody.
So, Nikki, I was just thinking, what do you think makes us, we always get really tired around 7:30 or 8.
Yeah.
Or 7 or 7:15 or sometimes it's an 8:05.
I'm actually kind of tired even when I get up, so.
Yeah. Well, I was just wondering, like, do you think that's just like, does our blood sugar drop out? Do you think
we've
like,
been probably working long enough to where your body's just like sending you signals. Hey,
like, hey, I'm tired.
Yeah, we're
Why
tired
because
we need some more food, or we've only had coffee or soda or stuff. So your body's probably like, we want some food too.
Yeah, boy, I'm hungry. Did I mention that?
I did mention that.
It may come up in the podcast today that I'm hungry.
You'll hear it a few times.
So the podcast opens with me seeking medical advice and telling you what it's like to be depressed at the doctor's office. It's not what you think. We also talk about paid streams, a guy that got a lot of free nuggets, states opening up again. There's actually a few stories about, states and opening. Mm-hmm. Then we've got Sour Patch Kids.
Sour Patch Kids and Chips Ahoy.
Oh, right. And a new medical term that I think the Riot needs to get in on and exploit while it's still new.
I feel like I still want a term that doesn't have the word quarantine in it. Like, I know it's because of this, but I just want it to be more of an official medical term.
I'm telling you, Nikki, beggars can't be choosers. We got to get in there. The term. We got to get in there and own it and immediately start lashing out. Like, don't be a quarantine fatigue shamer.
Just because you don't have it, which I think everybody does.
Which will have to scare people away from speaking out against it.
True.
And that way they can't question it. And you and I should be living like the freewheeling lifestyle of government grants, and
because they have to support, since this is it's a disease at this point.
Yeah, it is. I mean, absolutely. And so we just need to figure out a way to unlock that free money.
If we do, we'll let you guys know.
No, we won't. Not until we got ours.
Until we get ours, then we'll let you guys know.
We'll have a YouTube video about how you can get yours, but then they'll close the loopholes, and we're really sorry.
Well, enjoy the podcast today, of course, as we mention every day. Just to remind you, you're welcome to text us, even if it's to say hi. Let us know your name, where you listen to the podcast from, maybe how long you've been listening. Text 877 to RadioU. That'll get to us, and then we'll respond back next time we're in the studio or next time we see it.
All right.
Enjoy the day, even if we are quarantine fatigued.
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you, it's a real thing.
It is something.
It's a real thing. I need some real help over here.
Good.
It's the Riot.
They even make morning people want to reach for the snooze button. It's the worst of the Riot on RadioU.
The following is a discussion regarding medicine and I think authority in our lives, really.
And that's what you want to ask about?
Yeah, so here's the deal. I have to go to the doctor today. And I also, what did I go?
Are we fasting,
2 months
though,
ago?
today?
Well, okay. Remember last time I had to go and I had to fast because blood work and stuff?
Yeah.
So I did that. And when I went in, they were like, oh, you didn't need to fast today. Like, we're not doing that. And I was like, okay, wait, really? And they were like, you know what? Since you did it, you want us to just go and take your blood now and then, in a few months, it'll already be done. And I was like, yes, let's do that. What you just said.
Because that sounds like a good plan.
So then last night, I checked my voicemail. I got a phone call from the doctor's office that was like, hey, make sure you fast tomorrow because you got to go we're going to take your blood. And then I was like, wait, we did that.
Well, I bet that's just the normal recording.
So you don't think that... Yeah.
Was it like a, hey, Mr. Obadiah?
It was. It
was a personalized voice?
Yeah.
Was it really?
No, it was.
It was?
It was. I recognized the lady and et cetera, et cetera.
She just has a recording on file for
but my thought is she probably has like a list of things where they're like, all right, make sure you this. And what was the other thing? Take your medication, whatever medications you're taking, you take them as normal, blah, blah, blah. Make sure you fast. And, make sure you wear a mask when you come in.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing.
You have a mask?
No. I finally dug through some old paint supplies and found a crappy painting mask that I used the last time I painted something.
It's going to have to do.
Well, here we go.
Normally, they would have masks for you. Like back in the day when you would go to the doctor, but that's not how it is now.
And you can't buy them. Like, you can't buy a mask anywhere. I went online looking for a mask, and I was like,
You got a bandana? I saw a tutorial. You can make it out of a bandana and some rubber bands.
Well, I'll tell you what. That's the next step.
That's the next step.
But I didn't have time last night as I'm laying in bed like, perhaps we could fashion a homemade mask. No, I'm going to bed. Whatever. So this morning I'm digging through paint supplies and I'm like,
what about your
balaclava?
Balaclava.
I thought about that.
You could wear that.
That's where we're headed.
That's the hat face mask combo that's popular in cold seasons.
Also in robberies.
Yes, in robberies as well. But I didn't want to say that. I mean, you're just going to the doctor.
Doesn't make me mad. I get it. I totally get it.
It's a look, but it'll do.
It is a look.
You could always just pull the hat part down.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, and then just have it across your mouth.
That's where we're headed.
Okay. So what's your question, though?
Should I not eat or should I just go ahead and eat? I feel like I should just go ahead and eat. Right?
Considering since last time they did you wrong.
Yeah.
By almost not drawing your blood, and you did take it last time, what's the worst they can do?
Make me come in again?
No, and they would make you just do it the next time.
Right.
So you're fine.
And, I'm in there, in and out all the time. Just high-five and having fun.
Nibbling on something. Be like, was that something I was supposed to do?
Yeah, but I mean, other than
now, I eat. I just have to eat.
Okay, good. I'm just a little afraid when I walk in there. Like, I have no backbone at all. I was just like, well, I ate. And they're like, you what?
Hey, you get us on the phone because we'll have a discussion with them.
You what? You get out!
You ruined this.
Get out!
You ruined everybody's schedule that day. You messed the entire thing completely up.
The whole office is, you know what? Just turn the lights off.
They're never going to see you as a patient again.
Lock the door. You know what? We're going to put your face on the door and then people will know that it was because of you.
I don't know. Do you feel like you don't want to eat this morning?
Oh, no, I want to eat.
Then eat.
Okay.
Yeah, don't do that.
And I'll just go in and be like, guys, Nikki said I could eat.
Yeah, your coworker was like, nah, just eat something.
Yeah, okay.
And you'll be fine.
They say you have to take control of your own health care.
Yeah. And
so that's what I'm doing.
And they were wrong last time.
They were.
And so this is just the message they always tell you.
I feel like now every time they call me, maybe they're just trying to get me to lose weight. They're like, yeah, and don't eat before you come in.
That's the meanest if it is.
If we could get you to just skip one meal, that'd be great.
Oh, my gosh. First off, if they're doing that, that's an amazing idea. That's amazing.
It's like just every time we call him, tell him not to eat.
Send him back in. So I don't know. You want a yes or a no from everybody? Should you eat or not eat?
Just tell me what to do. 8772-RADIO-U.
Someone really want. Just someone lead me.
Someone take me by the hand.
All right. So a yes or a no, should Obi eat before his blood work today?
I mean, they did it last time.
I know, and they were going to not need it last time.
We got to get this bad blood out of you.
I don't know.
We're going to put the leeches on.
And there's no one there to call beforehand, like now?
No, the smart play would have been, I don't know, to check my voicemail at a reasonable hour and call during business hours.
That also could have been it.
But why would I do that?
So text or call 8772-RADIO-U, and that way he can decide.
I mean, I've seen you guys on Facebook and Twitter, like you're all medical experts.
Well, we also still have bagels, so...
Oh, we do, don't we?
There's Pop-Tarts.
I brought a Pop-Tart.
You could also eat that.
How to survive the riot. Do the complete opposite of everything they say. You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
I want to say a big shout out to Brian. Brian says, and we were talking about, okay, I have to go to the doctor today. I go all the time. We had a phone call from somebody that was like, boy, you're sick a lot.
No, you go to make sure your medicine's monitored.
Yeah, listen, I'm on Prozac. I should probably be like quiet about it, but I tell you guys everything, so why not?
It might be a side effect that you're loud about it.
And so let me tell you something. As I was telling the guy on the phone, like if you're taking anything for any kind of depression or mental health or whatever, they treat you totally different then.
They're not going to yell at you?
They come in and they're like, fist bump, little buddy. How are you doing? You doing all right? Why don't you just sit down over there? The doctor's so excited to see you. Oh, my gosh. And remember, when we're done, you get something out of the treasure chest.
Oh, is there a grown-up one?
You just get one over there, right?
You get like a gift card to like iTunes or something?
You get to spin the wheel. I hope you get the iTunes one this time. All right? So just head on in there.
Like, what doctor are you going to? Where is that at?
I'm not even. I'm only kind of kidding. I do appreciate the fact that, like, why are we talking about this? Like, you call the doctor, you're like, I need to see him about depression. And they're like, you want to come in today? How about tomorrow? You doing okay?
Well, it works for you.
I really do appreciate the fact that
they're practically picking you up to bring you in.
I appreciate the fact that they treat it seriously because a lot of people in your life are just like, get Shut up.
So if you don't do the whole fasting thing because they want to check your blood, they're not really going to yell at you. Whereas they will.
They might hit somebody else.
If it's someone else.
So Brian says, I would look at it this way. How much does it cost for you to go in for an appointment? If someone offered you that much in cash if you skipped breakfast today, would you take them up on it? So if I had to go in and pay for another doctor's appointment.
But you're going anyways.
Yeah, I'm going all the time.
This is not like a once a year thing. Most people, when you go and do a don't eat.
I got a little card. They stamp it. Fifth one's free.
No, they punch it.
I'll have to take a look at it and see.
It gets a hole punch.
It does.
So I still think you're okay.
I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Look at what they've done to you now. You need to go in and tell them about that.
I should. Now it's like, man, I need to drink gallons of water. You're
too late if you need to go take blood because it's always hard for you, remember?
Oh, I know.
You should have hydrated already. You should have started yesterday.
You're right, actually.
You got to pre-plan.
You got to pre-hydrate. Like you're drinking kegs of water.
To get in.
It's the worst.
Oh, we'll leave it up to you. I mean, obviously, we're not giving any doctor advice.
Certainly not.
Not here. So
not
if
that we would be liable for.
If you want to, then you don't need to hide it. You can just come on in and eat it, but you don't need to.
The guy on the phone was like, did you get your blood test results back for the year? And I was like, yeah. And he's like, you can do whatever you want.
That's also, up to you if you want to take his advice.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Let's just eat.
Let's just have breakfast?
I go in and I'll just be like, no, I already did my blood test. And they'll be like, get out.
No, but they'll notice that you're the make sure to be nice to file, so they won't say anything.
Oh, that's okay. We'll just put all the stuff back that we had to put all this work into.
But they're not even going to notice it.
We don't want you to worry about it.
One day, a heroic time traveler will go back in time to make sure none of this ever happens. Until then, it's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Tomorrow, Nikki and I will be live after the show, but you better get ready to pay.
It's free.
No.
There is no pay.
Not anymore.
No.
Now that Facebook has changed things up, Nikki and I are going to start charging.
I don't think we are.
We're not?
No, I think we're still going to keep it for free.
See, the thing is, Nikki, this is our gateway to big dollars.
But we're not about that. We're there to just hang out.
Would you like to see two idiots driving around town, going through drive-thrus?
I also don't think it would raise anything. So I don't think so.
I thought that too. What if, let's say, I'm not this guy, but let's say that I am naive enough to think that people would actually want to pay to watch me do anything, which they wouldn't. But let's say that I believe that they would. If I was out there and it was like, yeah, you can watch my stream for $5, that would be a very disappointing day.
Even for just the $5.
Oh, yeah.
It's too much for what I think we could give you guys.
I mean, I don't think I could get $1. Only if it was a charity stream.
Maybe.
If it was a charity stream.
Let's not talk down too much.
Well, I'm just saying, like, that's just a little real talk of like, you know what? You're right, Nikki. There's probably a couple of people out there that would pay $1 to see what we're doing.
Just to see what's going on. And is it more like, can they only access it if they give the money, or are they just going to donate if the I don't know, the feeling comes up during it?
During the stream,
yeah,
right?
That might get us more money.
So, real talk, Nikki and I are going to be doing an after show tomorrow. So you want to make sure that you like and follow us on Facebook, and you'll be able to see that. That aside, Facebook is now allowing people to create premium streams so that you could charge for it. So let's say, for example, the example that they actually give is, what if you're doing a painting class or they call it paint night with Amy. So I don't know if you learned or not, but you're able to get access to this live event for, in this case, $10. So you as Amy holding the paint night could set this up, could make it a premium stream, and could charge people to watch it.
Seems to be because, a lot of places are closed down now. If you still wanted to try to make some money and you had something to offer,
right,
you could host your class that way.
The second half of that sentence
is important part,
really
isn't it?
important.
It's important.
It's really important.
A lot of people are doing free versions, just to be nice and help keep people busy online. But if that was your livelihood and you needed to make some money from it, that's a great idea.
It is a great idea.
Good. It's not for us, but good for everybody else.
It's not for us. You know that, right?
I totally understand.
Okay, but it's out there.
We're not. Oh, but should we do a paint day? Someone remember that for later. Or we could get one of those, what are they so
paint
popular?
Day with the RIOT.
Yeah, we we could do a paint like sort of kit, or the ones where you use the jewels instead of the painting, the little dots.
Oh, what about the ones where you fill in the little things with the jewels and then you bake them and then it turns into like a stained glass window?
Okay, so what I'm hearing is crafts. Okay, I'm hearing crafts.
Crafts.
So maybe for a possible upcoming Riot show, we'll do crafts.
Dude, what? Okay.
We have to do one of those.
I'll bring in my model that I never built.
Yes!
You could bring in your adult coloring book.
Yes, it's perfect.
We'll just hang out.
Oh,
I'd say we
okay.
listen to music, but you can't.
No, it's the licensing
Maybe I
thing.
can. No, I'll see if I can find us some non-licensed music. That's the best kind to just sit and listen to.
I'd rather have it quiet. I'd rather have it quiet than that. Oh, I love that idea for maybe next week. We could do that. Would you guys watch that? Please, would you say you watch it?
I mean, sure.
It has to be better than like watching nothing. It has to be.
Right?
It has to be good.
Maybe we should.
I love that idea.
You know what, though? Maybe we should. Let's riff on the idea. Like, what if we got a Lego set to build?
That would be fun.
That's something that we could do, and you guys could. It'd be a free stream. You don't have to pay for nothing.
We're just trying to give back. That's
right. That's it. The Riot gives back.
What?
A special stream.
And I don't think we get money for it.
Things are never as bad as they seem, except when it comes to the Riot. Then they're worse. They're always worse. It's the Riot on Radio U.
So you know what we didn't see yesterday? The Nuggets guy.
Oh, but everybody sent it last night.
I know. How did we miss that? So he must not have gone public till the show was over.
I think it was a little later in the day.
So what ends up happening is, was it yesterday or Sunday that the Wendy's Nugs were free?
That's a good question. Was it on the 24th, maybe? So that would have been Friday.
That was Friday that he did that.
I think it was Friday.
Okay, so here's the word. There's a guy in Oregon that visited 11 different Wendy's twice, and he ended up with, think about that. That's 110 free nuggets?
Yeah, within 17 miles across 2 states. Took 5 hours.
And he did it twice.
Yeah, because you could only get 4 nuggets at a time.
Oh,
and
wait, see, I did the math wrong then. I thought it was 5.
No, I think it's 4 nuggets. That was Friday's thing, and then you could just travel around and keep going.
Squeezy Jibs. That's his
name
Twitter handle. It's his Twitter handle. He was on a mission. He traveled, as Nikki said, 17 miles across 2 states.
He said time is tough, so he just went out and he had to hustle.
That's what he said. He says, when I heard Wendy's was giving out free 4-piece nuggets today, I knew I had to hustle.
And so
this is his answer. This is what hustling looks like for this guy.
And he became viral because everybody before the Wendy's Nugget Day said, well, why don't you just travel around and get as many as possible? Because they put a limit on it, and he was the one that people talked about.
He says he's eating free for a week now. Not a week.
Well, he's probably saving. Are you only eating 4 nuggets for lunch? Because we are eating way more than.
If
that's your lunch.
But that's what I'm thinking is if this guy
can
get by on 4 nuggets, that means that we need to initiate some serious portion control, Nikki.
Because we're way off.
I'm so far past that.
You're like, oh, here's a couple of nuggets. That's bonus for your food, but that's not the lunch.
That's not the actual meal.
Mm-mm.
It's a side now.
Maybe he had other stuff to put with it. It's about the accessories, but the nuggets were like the main thing.
Okay, well, it's free protein. So what you're doing is you're making yourself a sandwich or a salad or something, and then you just use those for protein. That's how you get by.
Some people online were kind of mad about the whole just like 4 nuggets only, but Wendy's were giving them out for free, so you got to be appreciating that. But yeah, he went around and gathered a ton of them.
At some point, it's just free. You can't complain about free. I mean, if you pay,
people can.
Okay. Let me say it another way. You shouldn't complain about free. I mean, if you paid for it and you're unhappy that 4 nuggets cost $1, you've got a case. You do. I mean, whether you should or not, you do. But when someone hands you something, that's it. Like, you got nothing.
I like this guy, and I like others that I know who did that on Friday. It's just a fun thing to do.
Oh, no, I think
we all kind of need that. So, yeah, just go around and just get as many nuggets as you could.
I'm telling you that if I had gone on a nugget mission, I probably would have had a soda at every single one of those Wendy's.
You would have? You come back, like, I've not only had all these nuggets, but I've drank way too much.
You hand it, you're like, this is my receipt for this Wendy's. Can I get a refill on this?
I have to get it.
Like, if you guys had been open, I would have just been hanging out in there this whole time.
That's true. You would have gotten a free refill.
Can you hook me up, please?
What you're about to hear will live on the internet forever. Sorry, internet. The worst of the Riot podcast.
Everybody get out your agenda books for today, your planners. Let's take a look. All right. Stay home. Check. Listen to the Riot. Check.
Good one on that.
Go to online school or work.
Okay, we can do that.
Sit around and think about life. All right, cool. So, hey, that's weird. If you take a look through the rest of the week, that's every day.
You mean we're being consistent? Finally?
Finally! Consistency.
Being consistent with our schedule.
Finally.
Can we look at the bright side on this?
Finally. Here's what I think is great is your schedule may not be enviable right now. There may not be a lot of people lining up like, I want to do that.
Another day, I'd like to.
Maybe we could have weeks of this. What do you think? On and on and on. Here's what's funny. Do you know that Jesus actually wants to be involved in your day? And you're like, why? It's boring. I know. It's because he loves you. Have you ever done something boring because you love somebody? And you're like, I hate this, but yeah, I'm coming, I guess. And it was about the person, not about the activity. That's where God's at on your day. It's true. It may seem not all that exciting, but God loves you enough that he wants to get involved in your quarantine lifestyle. And if that includes, like some popcorn later or whatever it is that you're doing to spice it up, I put some salt on it. Wow. I don't know. I don't know, but I know this. I know God wants to get involved. So don't undersell yourself. You start your day, you think to yourself, you know what, I got this. I don't really need any help today. What if it's just not about needing help today? What if it's about wanting someone to be with you? What if it's about God coming in and just being a part of even the simplest, most mundane of days? Man, if you want a relationship with God, he loves you. And he very much wants to be a part of Tuesday if you're up for it. You can say, Jesus, I want you in my life. I want you to fill me with your spirit. I want to have a relationship with you. Let's quarantine together. And man, seriously, God wants to be a part of every day, all the time, because he loves you. And we're lucky to have that. Seriously.
You're basically listening to a real-time cringe compilation. This is The Riot on RadioU.
It's happened.
Oh, bless you. Okay, well, that was a lot.
Wow.
That was 2 big sneezes. I haven't heard sneezes from you in a while.
Come on.
Happy allergy time.
Can I get a hallelujah?
Well, you have the...
Wave the hanky.
You have the hanky over there. Your eyes and face just boom.
Hey, real talk?
You okay?
Okay. The liner, the guy just talked about me having allergies.
Yeah.
This was not planned. But yeah, I don't know. I technically don't have allergies. And one of the things
it seems like you sometimes do.
When I do go to the doctor today, I want to be like, look, do me a favor? Will you look up my nose and tell me, do you see like a small creature or alien that lives in there?
Well, I mean, can you ask them, is this allergy or is there something else like sinus infection wise?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to have them look because holy crap.
If not, we need to film you now because then when you go, it's like when something's wrong with your car and then you go get it fixed. They're like, well, ma'am, there's nothing wrong. And you get nothing done.
Yeah, I've had a headache for days and it's absolutely just in my sinuses, but what are you going to do? And the thing is, like, if I take any allergy medicine, I'm never getting out of bed. Just forget it.
Well, I can't just take Tylenol or something.
I have been.
Okay.
Yeah, I've been taking Advil, which it helps for sure. But now I'm an Advil addict. I'm going to meetings.
Hey, you're not taking that many.
You're right. I'm
and
not.
You can take a lot more than they suggest normally.
It's true. It's true.
You've been on some, you can be told to be on some large amounts of those, so you're fine.
True. Hey, you know what? I wanted to talk about the lockdown stuff.
Yeah.
Why don't everybody just hang around?
Are you sure you don't want to keep talking?
Hey, my body hijacked that moment.
I know. Your body was like, wait a minute, we're getting it out right now.
Do you want to know the truth? I felt like when I leaned into my microphone to talk, I just felt like a bunch of Lysol went right up my nose.
Tickled
it was like,
it?
Tickle, tickle, tickle.
That was a violent 2 sneezes.
They were powerful, right?
Yes, they were. But you feel better now?
No.
Okay, well, thought you would. How could you not? How could there be anything left?
No, now my head hurts. Doesn't it have to you when you
That's from
sneeze?
the whiplash from you, the sneeze.
Using advanced technology, we've digitized and transcoded Obadiah and Nikki into a purely digital format. This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
So everybody's like, hey, the lockdown's ending, but it's kind of not, right?
It just depends on which area, what state.
It's so exciting that I can now go back to have elective surgery.
Well,
and I
it's
know.
got to start somewhere.
I mean, the other side of that is that's easy for me to say being healthy. For somebody that needs that, it's total. I get it. But you know what? I'm a jerk, so whatever.
Well, it's his allergies today.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
It's just a thing.
Well, and when it comes to, as Nikki said, it's a state-by-state thing. But in Ohio, I believe it's May 12th that they're allowing retail, in general, retail to reopen.
So would that be like shopping or?
Yeah,
okay.
like GameStop.
Like the mall or?
Yes, but what they're saying is, it wasn't
Hang
funny.
on, though.
I watched it because I was like, well, that's something. They want you to
wear a mask.
They want you to wear a mask if you're going to be out. It's not mandatory, but they're like, you need to wear a mask. And two, was it the lieutenant governor of Ohio I saw yesterday or somebody was like, you go into the store, you get what you need, you go home.
Well, they were saying that the stores have to be responsible for making sure that the environment is set up to physically distance and,
Right.
Masks as well.
And they said that it will still be like limited numbers of people in a store, et cetera, et cetera.
And it's not restaurants and it's not all the other stuff. That will just happen as it happens.
There are, over the weekend, was it Georgia that opened their gyms and hairdressers?
I saw people getting haircuts. They were getting haircuts and their nails done.
Road trip.
To Georgia.
Nikki, you just need to go south.
Just got to go there.
And get yourself a haircut. They can open that thing up for you.
I can wait longer. I can wait. It's fine.
It is fine.
It's all perfectly fine.
It's fine.
But again, depends on which state. So don't be like, I heard. Might not be your state.
It may not be. You'll need to take a look at it. But is there anything, aside from your haircut?
Yeah.
Is there any retailer that you have really missed being open so you could go in and get the blank?
Not as much. The only thing I was thinking as they were talking through things is I thought, that gyms might open up, but then I started thinking, even when gyms open up, I don't know if that's too much, I don't know how certain places are going to work out. I don't know.
That actually bugs me because I want the gyms to open, but even if you told me today that I could go to the gym and work out, I'd be like, yeah, probably not.
But I'd be a little nervous to go to the mall. Like if everybody decides to go all at one day, it just depends. I'll have to see how. So there's not anything else besides every so often it'd be nice to go into a restaurant and be able to support that way.
I'll tell you what, you take the food court out of the mall and I don't even know what I'm doing there.
I know, you just wouldn't even care. A lot of people like it, though.
I mean, I get it. Like, you just like for a place to go. But they're saying they don't want you to go in and just hang out. Mm-hmm. They're saying, like, if you have something to buy, go in, buy it, and leave.
And that's not how people
work. So it's like going to the mall with your dad.
Just who wants to leave.
Yeah. It's just like, I hate it here. When do we get to go?
And no other news on, movie theaters and stuff.
Well, it depends on the state. Like Texas is going to allow movie theaters to open, but I saw that Alamo Drafthouse, which is a famous
big one there,
chain of theaters in Texas, is not going to open, even though they're going to allow it to
open. Or just they need more time?
They seem to think that they don't think it's
appropriate
at this time.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And there's an element of what are you going to show? There are no new releases. That's what movie theaters are for, new releases. Now, I know we could run old movies and blah, 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 whatever. But in reality, they've canceled everything.
True.
So, postponed. But you understand.
We found out that usually means that'll come out next year then.
Yeah, it's fine.
We'll just have to wait and see. But just follow the rules. And when in doubt, add a few extra feet between you.
Holy crap. It sounds even more like Dad. Follow the rules. We'll see.
Get back into the car.
Get what you want and get back here. We're going home.
It does have that feeling.
It does.
The Riot Podcast. RadioU.
Now, something that Nikki has been pining for is the reopening of her salon.
Yeah, it would be nice.
It would, wouldn't it? Because you just get to a point you're like, man, I need some help. And yesterday we spoke of a meme that we were reading that it's amazing that you can walk through the front door and buy all the marijuana you want, but you have to meet your stylist in a back alley somewhere.
Well, depending, again, on the state, there's certain things that became essential that some might argue against, and others that became non-essential.
Well, how about this? Anna Garcia and Brenda Mata were arrested in Laredo, Texas.
What were they doing?
They were offering nail and eyelash treatments.
Uh-oh, during the time you're not supposed to?
And haircuts.
Uh-oh.
They were arrested and charged with violation of the emergency management plan.
Now, were they, like, what would the word be? Cosmetologists or something? Or were they just providing these services and they never really had license?
Well, you know what? That's funny. I don't know if it's that. Okay, so it came down to she admitted to running a nail salon inside her residence and promoting the business on social media, going against the mayoral decree.
Sure.
So,
but I still feel like maybe it wasn't a licensed place.
Oh, I think that's a foregone conclusion. Now, what I don't know, and I haven't been able to tell, is were they licensed beforehand? AKA, you could be a state licensed cosmetologist, but working in a facility, and then you were just like, well, you know.
When you work from your home and you're not set up to properly work from your home, was it legal? One
of the issues is that they were targeting people on social media. So if they would see people that were like, man, I just can't get out to get my nails.
I would have gotten a message.
You would have. You would have gotten a little thing like, listen, a friend of a friend said that you might be looking to avail yourself of a certain nail tech. I could make arrangements for that. So
they were doing that in eyelash extensions?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So if you feel like your eyelashes, you're just not happy with where they are, and those extensions are hard to get on and have them look right.
Well, then you could have gone there.
Here you go, Nikki. There you go. So this is now they've been charged and released. This is a Class B misdemeanor. Mm-hmm. You can get up to 180 days in jail or a $2,000 fine or both.
I think it was probably made worse by the advertising and the tracking people in, where maybe they wouldn't have got as much trouble if they weren't doing that.
Well, that's basically how they got busted.
Yeah, they got found out.
Yeah, but think about that. Right now, at your police station, there's an undercover officer, and her job is to infiltrate the underground nail ring that's taking place in your city.
You know it is. You know there's plenty of places. There's a lot of places in states, too, that are just, they don't care and they're just opening up.
It's like, whatever.
Yeah, so it just depends on if you get caught.
It's wild. Yeah, check in with your local sheriff. See if they're going to enforce the law.
Are you checking anywhere this weekend, or can I go get my hair done?
I saw one last night where I was reading where the guy said, he's like, I'm not enforcing this.
Yeah, some places don't even want to waste the time for it.
He just flat out said, like, we're not enforcing it. So it's up to you.
And I'm sorry, where was he? What place was he at?
You know, Nikki, I didn't write it down.
You didn't get his area? Okay, well, if you find out, just let me know.
I still say that for the right price, we can get your hair cut.
If I'm just willing to pay?
Yeah. We can make all this happen for you.
This could all work out.
I gave during the last fundraiser, and all I got was this crappy morning show. This is The Riot on listener-supported Radio U.
All right, here's some good news. We got independent confirmation from the Pentagon. Aliens are real, probably. We think. We don't know. Whatever. So they just...
Is that the video thing that was going around?
Oh, yeah, Nikki.
I didn't watch the video, but I saw we put it on our Facebook page.
Yeah, it's like a light, like a ping pong ball.
Yeah.
And it moves around. They don't know what it is still. And it happened like 12 years ago. And
so the quality's really good?
It's really good.
Is that what we're saying?
Super good.
For the ping pong light?
The thing that I sincerely wonder about is, like, what? Like, why now? Like, why on April 27th were you suddenly like, well, we need to do is get this footage out there?
The limitation thing came up or something.
That's actually
a possibility. They probably had it to where you couldn't do anything with it for so long.
And now it's time, and they can show it to you. And
if not, they want to give you something else besides the corona stuff. Like, they just got to start feeding us other stuff.
I keep seeing people, I love this so much. The internet's so great. People are like, it's misdirection. All right. They're trying to get you to pay attention to this UFO stuff while they do some more over here with this.
Get you off of this side and get you onto that.
The Corona caper.
Yeah.
That's going on right now,
Well, they guessed wrong because if they thought that would keep us entertained for a while.
I don't actually think that's true.
I can look at both directions. I can do both.
I'm tracking both of these things right now.
Yeah, see what it is.
I'm as fast as that UFO you got there in your footage.
I think that's the one we put on our RadioU Facebook page. Yeah. I think Hudson or City put that there yesterday.
So if you want to see it and be like, oh my gosh, the aliens! The aliens are playing ping pong with us.
There was another video too I saw this morning of some guy that got like Loch Ness Monster footage.
Dude, I have that right here.
And it's like really bad footage. Are you sure
terrible.
That's it?
And he's so excited. He's like, this is it. This is it.
Like, you don't want to have the bad heart to tell him, like, are you sure that's it? Is that all you got?
Nikki, don't tell him.
He's excited. All right.
Don't tell him.
He feels like he got way more. They feel like this video's way more.
He's got a speck on the end of his camera, and he's like, oh my God.
I see it. And he was very excited about it.
Yeah. I still say if you want to find aliens, hard to find because, man, the sky's big, space is big. Man, Loch Ness, just drain the lake.
You'll find it?
I'm not saying it's going to be easy. It's a big lake. It's going to take a lot of work, and it's going to be a big project, but we'll find it.
Sometimes people just want the thought that maybe there is one there, but they don't really want to find out yes or no.
Man, just come on. Let's do this.
Or just watch this guy's footage.
This guy's footage is about 2 seconds, and it's something splashing in the water.
It's obviously that. It's obviously aliens, and it's obviously the Loch Ness Monster.
It could be anything. It could be your aunt who went for a swim and did some diving. I mean,
and just happened to be caught at a very unflattering angle to look like the Loch Ness Monster.
Could be, and she's not going to come forward and say, hey, that was me.
Because she doesn't want to look like that.
She's like, no, it wasn't me. I don't know.
So if you're into those videos, that's the two that are kind of going around.
There you go. So conspiracy away.
If you're looking for all the funny moments you missed during the riot, we apologize. You won't find them here. There weren't any. This is the worst of the Riot podcast.
People are bored, and I get it, but some things you're not even, like, I'm not that bored. You look at it.
You say that now, but
that's true.
You don't know.
But a Sour Patch Kids Chips Ahoy cookie.
It'd be fun.
In which the Sour Patch Kids are the chips for the Hoy.
Is there any other? Because it looks like, are those like red chips or something? There's chips and there's little chunks of Sour Patch Kids. We had the Sour Patch Kids cereal, which was like a year or two ago.
Also not good.
It wasn't the best.
Let me read to you exactly what they say. The new cookie hybrid features the sweet and crunchy texture of Chips Ahoy cookie, souped up with the sweet and sour candy-inspired chunks of Sour Patch Kids.
It's a collab.
It is, but it's not a good choice.
That's just what they call it now.
It's not a good choice, Nikki.
So that is going to be a new flavor of Chips Ahoy starting in May. So starting next month.
So to be clear, I like Chips Ahoy cookies. Mm-hmm. I like Sour Patch Kids.
But on their own?
That doesn't mean I want them together, Sometimes things are separate, and that's a good thing.
I think they had enough people just trying the Sour Patch Kids cereal that they know that they
think they got something.
They've got something where they could get enough people who just want to try what the combination would taste like without just taking a bite of a cookie and a Sour Patch Kid at the same time. They want you to buy the licensed one.
And here comes the Riot, ready to snag up a bag.
We'll do it.
So that we can do something on the show with it.
We'll take a look at those. But yeah, again, it's you might find them now. Sometimes when they say the next month, it's already currently out there. But if not, in a couple of weeks, you should be able to find them.
Well, May 1st is Friday. Mm-hmm. So there's a very good chance that they're out there somewhere. We just need to keep looking. So, hey, if you guys happen to see Chips Ahoy Sour Patch Kids, make sure you let us know and tell us where you saw them so that Nikki and I can also be on the prowl.
Jason's not having it. So on top of everything else that's happened in 2020, Chips Ahoy cookies are forever ruined.
Well, I mean, not necessarily forever.
That bit dramatic?
It's a temporary thing.
Flip on the radar of a otherwise good cookie career.
And in fairness,
what if it's good? They could be good.
I'd much rather have a Famous Amos than a Chips Ahoy.
Oh, those cookies? Do they still make those?
Yes, they do.
They do?
I'll take a Famous Amos over a Chips Ahoy any day.
Anytime?
Sorry, guys.
Well, Famous Amos, they're not doing any of the collaborations, which they need to do to get their name out there.
Do you know why?
Because they just want the cookie to speak for itself?
Because they're so good. They don't need some trashy collaboration.
Do we have any cookies in the break room? Because after the last couple of minutes, that's all we want.
No.
Is there any hidden back there?
Maybe.
Do we have any in the freezer? Sometimes we have cookies in the freezer in the back.
I'll leave that to you.
I can go look?
Yeah. Rusty Ship.
Am I just looking for myself or for the show?
Oh, for the show, which
if
makes
I find
it work.
One.
It makes it work.
Hey, so what do you think of Obadiah?
The truth is, he's not a very nice person.
Okay, well, what about Nikki?
The very best there is.
You're listening to The Riot on Radio U.
Nikki, here is the phrase, and somebody please write it down so that Nikki and I can start using it.
We want to make sure it takes off.
It's quarantine fatigue.
Oh, well, I've heard this. I don't know. I need something else.
No.
Is that it?
That's it.
Quarantine fatigue.
We're using it.
Is what everybody's experiencing it.
Right. And see, the thing is, I understand you're searching for something that feels
I want more medical.
A little flashier than that. But see, we could claim quarantine fatigue, and it's just mainstream enough for us to, be able to use it.
Sure.
And people will be like, oh, yeah, okay.
Man, it's the restlessness. It's the can't sleep when you're supposed to sleep. It's the feel like jet lag. You're just all out of sorts. You're not on a schedule. You don't know what day it is. What matters then? What is a day? Oh. Why bother worrying about days? They're all the same.
Nothing matters, Nikki.
What's a weekend? Nothing new.
Nothing matters.
It's just very odd.
So just to be clear, I don't... this article that I'm looking at right now is about parents trying to educate small children at home.
Well, that'll work for us.
It's not, but this paragraph is what I really want us to focus on this paragraph.
Okay, what's it say?
It says, we tried to make it work the first week. We put together a schedule, right? Come on. How many of us are there?
Let's just stop right there.
Just stop right there, okay?
Work out.
And then we found that forcing a child who is that young into a fake teaching situation is really hard. Okay. But here's the important part. Everybody zoom in on this. Turn your radio up. All right, lean in. I'd rather have him watch classic Godzilla movies.
Oh, my gosh.
And play in the yard.
Whoa.
And pretend to be a Jedi rather than figure out basic math.
Is this about you?
Feels like it is.
That's you.
It feels like it is.
Godzilla and everything.
It feels like my mom called Michael, our boss, and was just like, look.
We give up.
I'd rather have him watch classic Godzilla and play in the yard and pretend to be a Jedi rather than figure out basic riot.
Instead of having to do this. That works really well for you.
I know.
Wow, scary.
I know. Nikki, I'm telling you, I've got quarantine fatigue. It's so bad. You just don't even know how bad it is. It's so bad.
And do we all have it? We all know how bad it is.
It's the worst. I don't know what I'm going to do. It's medical. I'm going to need... I need a government subsidized vacation plus money to live on.
You just want to stay at home and not come in, or what are we talking about? There isn't anything else to take away.
No, but I mean, they're going to put me on a private plane to a sunny location where I can finally...
You're not getting that. Nope, it's still there. Can't just go outrun this thing.
Well, Nikki, this is medical. My insurance company should cover this.
Don't think so. They don't even know you.
I have...
At this point. They don't even want to admit that they know you.
Just a reminder, Nikki, that hello, I'm important.
That
I
is
pay
true.
Taxes.
That is true.
I pay insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I need someone to cure my fatigue.
You can't until it's over. It's from the quarantine.
Yeah, well, you know what?
That's why everybody's having the quarantinis.
It's not even my fault, which makes it even more the government's fault.
I don't know.
All right.
Listen,
the thing is, I just don't like how every time I come up with something, you're not interested. But if this was your idea, we'd be like, okay, let's sue.
To watch Godzilla and stuff? That's not my idea. This doesn't help me. I'm tired of it.
You know what? You're caught up in the example. Get back to the bedrock. The bedrock is... quarantine fatigue.
It's real.
It's a disease that you and I have. And since it's a disease, there should be funding for it.
It's not going to happen.
All right, whatever.
It's just a problem that we're facing.
All right. Well, with this attitude, there's no way we're going to get that grant. So
anybody want to be a part of the study?
You're going to have to get your act together because...
Oh, so this doesn't provide any help with this. It just gives it a name.
You know, Nikki, naming is the first step towards claiming. I don't... on my insurance that I have a disease and I need some money.
I just wanted a couple of helpful steps. That's all we wanted.
Man, you know what? They have eyes, but they cannot see. Ears, but they cannot hear.
Really?
I am laying out for you a plan that's going to take care of you for the rest of your life.
This is the Worst of the Riot podcast.
Real talk, where do you get a mask at? And I don't mean like the Scream mask or the Wolfman mask.
Well, a lot of people or places are making them, so you almost have to find those. But then there's the topic on, is it one that actually helps keep things in or out? So you're probably supposed to add a filter to it. Hey, is that not what you wanted to hear?
Listen, Nikki, I'm an American.
Yeah.
And as such, I'm going to need someone to do everything for me.
You want someone to get it for you?
And as a celebrity, I need someone to provide it to me free of charge.
Well, I'll send you a Facebook thing. I found a guy who shows you how to, if you have a bandana, you can make one.
Yeah.
And then if you want to add an extra filter, a lot of people add coffee filters.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Or you can use those blue towels from like workshop sort of things. Like mechanic towels.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Those blue ones. Or other things that you can put in between the face mask to make it a little bit more medical instead of just fabric.
What about a pasta strainer?
A pasta strainer?
And some tape.
That's not going to work.
Why not?
It's not going to work.
It's a homemade remedy. I have one. I know I do.
You know, and the part of the problem is coming up in a few weeks, a lot of places will not, they can't require you. But they're going to strongly encourage you to have one on.
I'm already in the middle of being publicly shamed anytime I show up somewhere and I'm not wearing a mask. They're like, look, he has a mouth.
You get almost
What's a mouth?
You get two styles of people. You get people that are wearing a lot of stuff that they've been told will protect them. And then you got the person who's like, I don't care. I'm not wearing anything.
No caring.
Exactly. And we're just right in the middle, right in between.
I am kind of in the middle. Like I went to the store the other day. I didn't wear plastic gloves or whatever. But when it was time for some reason, when it was time for me to pump gas, I was like, you know what?
I'm going to get my gloves.
I'm going to get my glove out. And then, of course, you know, you throw it away after you're done because cross-contamination is very easy to do. But
you're going to have one. And we are getting some sent to us.
We really are going to have them because, Nikki,
I don't know where they're at yet.
We're in the wild.
I know. You need to have one.
We're all the way out there.
Make one out of your bandana. At least then you have one in case you need it.
Yeah. I don't know if I have any bandanas. I'll have to.
Oh, you said you had one.
It's just something to say.
I have a pink one, but it's very pink. So I don't know if you want it.
You know, Nikki, pink can be a masculine color.
It can. I just didn't know if that was your style.
Why should I be so concerned about what other people think about my gender identity?
I think Eric has, he's got a black or a blue bandana you can use. And then we had those cloths that you can put around your neck during the heat seat, like during the hot times, where you can cool it down.
Australian air conditioner.
Do you remember those?
Yeah.
You can actually make one out of that, and it kind of has that filter stuff already in it.
It's interesting. Andrea says, whatever you do, don't make it so thick you can't breathe, like the guy that passed out wearing the N95 while driving.
That's a good point to make.
You know what? No offense to people, but like when
why
you're
are you wearing
in your car
it driving?
alone, why are you wearing your mask while you're driving? Like, what?
I don't know what he was doing.
I don't either. That's fine. It's fine.
So you keep looking, but you do need something.
Oh, Jason has a red mask. And I don't mean the color. I mean the band.
That looks good. I wonder, do you make it out of a shirt? You can make them out of shirts.
Can you?
Yeah, you can.
See,
You're
Nikki,
going to have to do
That's
something.
that. You know what? That's what we should do.
That's the heart
You know
of
how we
this.
said we should do a craft? You and I should do our Facebook Live, and we're making masks.
We could do that.
We're trying to figure out how to make a mask using common household items.
Or our old band T-shirts. We got plenty.
I definitely have some of those, right?
So you find what works best, but you will need to have something.
All right.
You just don't want to. I know.
I don't want to.
Hey, you have quarantine fatigue.
I do,
You
Nikki.
do have something.
You know what? I should be out watching old Godzilla movies or playing in the yard.
How can we expect you to do any of this?
Come on.
The Riot. Not everyone's a fan.
I wonder whose idea this was.
RadioU.
The surest sign that maybe everything could one day get back to normal. I don't know if you saw, Nikki, but in Georgia, Waffle House is now open.
I did see some of the pictures.
You can go in and sit down and eat.
Inside the Waffle House?
Inside the Waffle House.
I mean this with the most respect, but the couple of Waffle Houses that I've been to in my entire life, they've all been ones where you were rolling the dice anyways on some stuff because they were not the nice ones that I know that are out there, but I've never seen to been to one.
I had the same thought. I was like, you know what? You're rolling the dice anytime you go to Waffle House.
Maybe not. Maybe they're better now, but it's been a while. We used to go after a lot of concerts, and there was always cops there because there was always something going on.
Yeah.
Or we would go at very early hours on a road trip, and it was always just characters there.
Oh, lots of characters.
So I never went in anyways.
You know, that reminds me when you say that there are police there.
Yeah.
Going back into places, I know what you're thinking. Like, I want to go in. But it's not always great. Yesterday, I stopped and got gas, and I went in because I was like...
Getting a soda?
Yeah,
Yeah,
in a bottle. They didn't, have a...
The fountain wasn't working.
It was a strange gas station. I'd never been there, but I needed gas, and I was in this place that, whatever. I was like, I'll just get gas here, and I walk in, and there's a lady yelling at the clerk about the lottery. I don't know, something. And I'm just like, it's fine. It's fine.
I need something in a bottle.
This is what coming in is like. All right. We say we miss it, but we don't. We're
That's
fine.
true.
Don't make eye contact. Maintain 6 feet.
It was nice to have the freedom of it.
Yeah.
Now it's just weird if you do go in any place.
And then she left, and I was like, you know what? We're fine. I'm just going to say hello. I'm going to get... And so the lady came back in, and she goes, what's the name of this place?
Oh, is she complaining?
No, she stood in the store and called the police.
Oh, boy.
To say that the store had robbed her.
From her lottery stuff?
Yeah, something. I don't know. And I just thought, you know what?
A mask isn't going to help that if you go in.
Maybe going in isn't that great. And I'll just tell you, I feel like that's something that could have happened at any Waffle House across this great nation. Easily.
Hey, if you see these pictures, though, I don't know if they're based out of there, but the Waffle House that they were showing in this Georgia story looked really nice.
It really does.
Spacious. Nothing like I've ever been in.
It does look nice.
So I don't know why those are nicer. They must be from that area.
I'll tell you, I'm hungry. Anybody else?
Want some hash browns? Is that it?
You want to head on up to the Waffle House and get yourself
some breakfast?
A little something?
If you want to.
Well, you know what? Here, Nikki, here's a text from Jason. He says that the Waffle House near my main office is within sight of their headquarters. It's the cleanest and most well-maintained location you'll ever go to.
Yeah, anytime you go near a headquarters,
I believe that.
The locations around it are the best.
They always have the good ones. And Jason says that's in Georgia.
Yeah, Jason's from there too. So, yeah, that's why they must look nicer there.
Well, road trip. Let's go to Georgia, Nikki. The good one.
I'll get my hair done. We'll go to the Waffle House. You can get your fountain drinks with refills.
Probably all over.
We get everything.
Perfect.
And then we go back home.
All right.
The worst of the riot is over, but the fun can keep going.
Hey, I saw you checking out my goods.
Check the Riot blog or stalk us on social media.
You want to sample them? A little try before you buy, huh?
Through riot.radiou.com.
Hey, my body hijacked that moment.
I know.